Hello world, it's me, Jasmine. Um, I was just thinking about something, like having a conversation with someone online just now, and it made me think about something. Pretty much this is what happened or whatever. He's asking me, oh, if I would pretty much have sex with him after seeing his pictures and stuff like that. I'm like, well, that's an interesting question. I don't know if it's either his own uh insecurities, which usually it is. Men are so insecure. But you know, his own insecurities about whether or not he's attractive or something, or if he's trying to figure out, because I'm trans, that I'm, just this sex crazed, you know, sex beast or something. I don't know. And I'm like, no. I wouldn't have sex with you. I don't even know you. And you just, I'm at a point, and I realize, like, I'm totally at a point where, why did I put this out? I'm totally at a point where it's like, I'm like beyond bitterness. I'm beyond being jaded and angry. And it's more like approaching like a kind of acceptance, or kind of like just a nothingness. Not even a nothingness, but I'm just like, all right, I'm not even mad at, these guys. I'm not even mad at tranny chasers or whatever you want to call them, insecure guys, closeted guys, guys who don't want to like openly date trans women, or, even the guys who do, or just whatever. Like, I've been on a couple of dates. I was on this one date, which was like so weird, and for the first time, I was wondering if the guy knew that I was trans. And, I was pretty sure that I made it kind of clear elsewhere. Oh, stop, my thing came off. That I made it kind of clear elsewhere, and, like in my profile. But, guys don't read profiles. And, I'm like, okay, so, does this guy know? And we like go out, and we're like out, and we're in the city. And, it was just Pride this weekend. So then we're in the city, and, there's like a bunch of queens roaming around the streets because it's Pride and gay marriage is just legalized. Yay, in New York City. So hurrah for that. Not that it really mattered for me because I'm, legally a woman and everything. So I can totally be married. But, you know, freaking, I don't think he knew. But then it just got kind of awkward, I guess. I mean, we continued with the date and everything. Uh, he wasn't rude in any kind of way about it or anything. And he was a really nice guy. Like, I hope that he knew, and I hope that he liked me. But, who knows, whatever. And, I'm kind of tired of dating. I'm kind of tired of guys. I'm kind of tired of, like, even worrying about, if I'm gonna like find someone, or like who's the one for me. It's like really hot, in case you can't tell. I'm like sweating balls. Um, and shit like that. I'm just like so focused on other things in my life that I need to like focus on, like going back to school, which I'm like doing, which is another thing I want to talk about. It's kind of scary. It's like first off, I'm super scared to be going back to school because I'm like, what is that going to be like? How is the campus going to react to me? Um, you know, like, I'm going to be like the oldest person living on campus at this school, and, I don't know, it's just crazy. So, that's one thing too, but I don't know, it's like, it's so weird. I can't even put into words how I feel right now about, you know, I'm not even angry, and I remember a time where I was so angry. And if a guy would ask me a question like that, I'd flip out and start cursing them out. Or, I'd just ignore them, or I'd be pissed off, or I'd be like disappointed. But now I don't feel any of that. I don't feel any emotion toward it at all. It's just like, oh, another one. All right, well, moving on. Or, should I try to like educate this person? Should I like show them something? I don't know. So it's like, it's just so much to like think about. I don't even know. I don't know. Whatever. Weird stuff. So, I don't know. The world, people need to talk about this, and there needs to be something done. Like, oh, why? Why is this? Why is this the way that things are? Like, like why? Why is that like how things work out? And why are people so afraid of it? I mean, I can understand why people are so afraid, and it's like, but if I really don't get it. Like, if I have the balls to become a fucking tranny, if I can become a tranny and live my life how I want to live it, and not fear, what the world might think about me or whatever, then that's me, and that takes balls. No pun intended. And it's like, why can't there be a guy out there who has balls too, and who can be with someone like me? And like, honestly, like, come on, like, it's an amazing thing. It's a beautiful thing. I want to read something. Oh no, where is it? I want to read something. I found like a journal entry I wrote like a while ago. And I will just read it because, it's me being really honest. And this was in 2010. So it's like the last journal entry that I wrote, like, ever. And in this wonderful little journal that I actually bought when I was first at that school. So this is from February 8th, 2010. Is that it? Is that the last one? Well, I'll just read this one and so on. This is going to be long, but anyone who cares. Life has brought about interesting and intriguing realizations. At 25, I feel as though I've lived two lives. Joseph is nearly dead, and Jasmine is fragile and strong. A reluctant warrior, but a warrior nonetheless. I feel as though I must allow motivation to find itself within me, but really I should find it. Unemployed yet again, still in Jersey City with Andra and Simone. Andra won't be getting paid for a while. It is imperative that I procure employment yet again, as often seems the case, in order to survive. I just find myself preoccupied with all sorts of dark thoughts, a yearning to be torn apart, a desire for more primal urges. In the months past, I've discovered, oh no, this is not even what I'm going to be talking about. Whoops. Moving on. Oh shit. Where am I? I'm sorry, this is horrible. Okay. It's only the second day. Oh no. Okay, here we go. Well, this was in reference to someone I was dating or someone I was seeing. I wasn't even really dating him, but whatever. It's only the second day. Last night I was with him. He texts me now talking about how far I am. He's not willing to confess to the world or himself his desire to be with trans women. Sexuality and gender are two utterly different things. Trans women and men are taking over the world. New York City is so full of transgender people, it's crazy. Is it a reflection of our entire global population? No, NYC is a mecca of acceptance. Or at least to many people holding that ideal. It's still a place to be where the natives... What? God damn it, I've lost myself. This is why I'm like just not together. Okay, yeah, here it is. Let's read this one. This is from Valentine's Day 2010. So that's the last one. February 14th, 2010. We transgender women are treated like lesser beings, even by those that love us. We inspire shame and fear when we should inspire hope and amazement. We should be revered for our bravery and furthermore our experience. It is a privilege to transition, to experience one life through two sets of eyes, if that image makes sense. We get to transcend and transform gender, blur and create the lines, and even destroy them. Why must we be made to feel small, invisible, assumed to be prostitutes and sex crazed, and expected to be overly decorated with certificates and qualifications just to make it somewhere? There is no in between in the eyes of society, only passable or not, a whore or a doctor, and respectively. I call myself a lonely, bitter bitch, a term coined by the doctor, a married surgeon who I dated. He made light of it, but look at the situation. Am I doomed to be the fantasy of men, the fly-by-night lover, the secretly admired? It takes balls to make the decision I've made. So why can't I find a man brave enough to openly love me? I've encountered some I know, but again, I don't fit the bill. I'm not insanely gorgeous and beautified by science and technology. I'm not passable being 6'3". I'm mediocre, pretty at best. But when will I meet a man who respects me and loves me for all that I am? We live in a superficial world, backwards for all the ideas fed to us. We are dying, killing ourselves, wreaking havoc on this earth. Our gift of life has become our curse. We don't value it. We claim to do so, but we don't. We bring life into the world and toss it aside, creating billions of hungry mouths for a night of pleasure. We fight wars over resources. Money is God, and those without it are forsaken. All we can do is hope for our individual existences to be pleasurable and fulfilling, but at what cost? Our souls. Okay, so that's that. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with a lot of things I said in there anymore, but it's still very close to how I feel. But that's the interesting thing too, is that I don't I don't feel like a lonely bitter bitch anymore. I mean, I sometimes still feel lonely. And I sometimes still feel like a bitch, but I'm not bitter about it. I'm like pretty content, and I feel like, you know what, fine. Maybe there's no guy out there who deserves a girl like me. Maybe that's the case, and maybe I haven't found him yet. And maybe when I find that guy, he'll appreciate me for all that I am, and, and that'll be that. Because we trans girls do need to be appreciated for what we are. Like, being trans is fucking amazing. Trans anybody, trans men, trans women, whatever, gender non-conforming, like whatever your thing is on that whole gender tip, like we have gotten to this point. Now, well, first off, gender is this social thing that was created, to further differentiate between, cisgendered men and women, biological, differences or whatever, which you can't even base gender on that shit anymore with, now we know about intersex people and all other kinds of lines that are being blurred and crossed and obliterated and destroyed, and like we need to understand that. And like now with gay marriage happening, marriage is not just for, making babies, because obviously we know people can make babies without being married, and that shit happens all the time, and it's not a good thing. You know what I mean? I don't even believe in marriage in the first place. Like, I think it's like this another stupid social, invention or whatever the word is called. What's it called? Institution or whatever. And I think it's just another silly thing. But long story short, and this is like 14 minutes of me talking. whatever. What I am bitter and angry about is that the world isn't, fucking giving us our props. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, it's hard to feel, validated in the world that tries to, you know, pretend like you don't exist. Or even when the men who supposedly are so into us pretend like we don't exist. Like even our, not just our men, but, other things they try to pretend it doesn't exist. I don't know. Well, I can only speak from my perspective, and yeah, and that's it. So, it's stupid. Anyway, that's it.